Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be going over this Blender model I made. So I drew this ghost guy, I call him the ghost guy. I drew him a little bit ago, say about maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And recently I decided, I'm going to go make him in Blender. So I did. And I'm just going to kind of show you the breakdown process of this. I'm not going to show you a tutorial on how to do this. Just more so how I got to this point. So first off, I think it's pretty obvious here. We got a head. Now, the head was kind of hard to make because what happened was, making triangles and circles and stuff is not naturally inducive to like basically Blender. So in order for me to do this, I got this toolbar over here. And you go over to edit. No, auto mirror is not it. I think it's... No, it's not that. Hold on. Oh, I know what you do. Okay, my bad. I wasn't really, I didn't do a preview on this video before I did this. So, pretty much what you do is you go into here. You see the faces. You have to subdivide the surfaces a lot like this because these are all subdivisions. And then you select the ones that you want to take out, and then you right click. Let's say you want to select these, right? You want to select this loop. So then you right click this, loop tools. It's called loop tools. You go and basically enable this add-on. You right click to get to it, and then it brings up all this, and you can do a circle. And if the basically area is big enough, it makes a circle. And you, like I said, you delete the area here, which was, this was a square. I deleted a square. I selected the outside. I subdivided it twice, and then I did the loop tools, put the circle in, made the circle. Boom. There we go. I could do a tutorial on that if you would like. And the triangles, I mainly just use the knife tool because the knife tool kind of just cuts along these edges really well. It goes in a straight line. The head, I put a few modifiers on. Now for the head, and I think this neck piece, I put a modifier on with the edit tool. So with the edit, I put auto mirror, which basically auto mirrors it. It's pretty nice. It can go on the x-axis, y-axis is another add-on. So that was neat. So I mirrored it, and then I did solidify to make the basically the depth here go farther in. So if I go like this, pushes it in basically and makes it thinner. So I thought that basically is what I really needed for this. I have not gone in UV unwrap this. I'm still trying to get to that process. I just haven't been able to get to that. So UV unwrapping has not been done yet, and I want to go in and change this stuff around and actually paint it and stuff like that. So this bell up here was not super hard to make, like I said. Okay, so for the circles, I use the same technique. The circle up here, I use that, and then there's basically, these are lines. Okay, these are just squares, and I just basically cut out the squares. So if I go into here, I just cut this out essentially to make this little area over here. If that wasn't the case, then you can use a knife tool, I'm assuming, and that'd be just as good. This is also mirrored, so whatever happens over here goes over here. Getting this part was kind of annoying. I had to do some finagling with that because it would overlap weirdly, like right here, because it's, I guess, they're like matched up to each other, and I had to do some stuff to get that to look okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I put a little, I think it's called a Toro or Tor. It's the T one, it's the donut one, and I basically put a donut around it, and that's all I did for that. Nothing too crazy. The necklace was, I didn't mean to make it look like this. If this was one thing I would redo, I'd redo this because I didn't really think about it. I could have just like knife tool this entire thing and just called it good. Okay, that was really all I needed to do, but I kind of made it like these little mountain things. It was like hills almost going up here, kind of like one of those clown things that clowns wear, but ultimately I did go ahead, and this is also mirrored. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did here. I shaved it, or not shaved it, but I smoothed it out a little bit. Maybe moved it down, made it look a bit more synonymous. And in the back, it just is what it is. It's just like that. I maybe could move the pumpkin in a little bit, like the pumpkin type thing. And also for the pumpkin, I don't remember exactly how I did it. Oh yeah, I do remember how I did it. So to get this shape, all I did was go on here. I just loop selected these basically. Just went down here and like held shift and alt, and then you can loop select. And then I just moved them in. That's just all I did. It was not that difficult at all. Now this I need to re-topologize. These arm pieces down here, this stuff is still very not looking too good. It's not super high poly, but it's high enough to where I need to re-topologize it. So I'll have to go through and do all that stuff. But I use a lot of sculpting tools with this. I use the snake hook tool a lot for this. I had to experiment quite a bit because I'm not too familiar with everything. I kind of push it out a little bit. It kind of looks like a tongue, but I mainly use a snake hook to get this kind of shape. And I use the grab tool a lot and some of the smoothing techniques as well. This, I could go ahead and kind of make like a little area over here so it kind of looks like it's not just two basically circles, cylinders. And yeah, I did the same technique here. I used the snake hook for these as well. I think these ones have really stretched polygons towards the end. Yeah, that's just how it goes. But yeah, I basically used a snake hook for that, and then I just copied the bells and stuck them here. I don't really know how to make this work because if you look at the reference, I didn't really draw that in. So I flipped the bells downward, and then I just kind of drew it in, or I let them just insert it into basically like the little claw things. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. It's pretty simplistic, I think, if you kind of understand a little bit about Blender. I'm going to say a little bit. I think this is still probably an intermediate type thing because you have to figure out how to use a circle, basically making a circle, using the knife tools, getting some sculpting in there so it can just move around and stuff like that. But this is my first project I did by myself with no tutorials. This is completely mine. I even drew it myself. Soon I'll go back in and try to use maybe Substance Painter to paint this, re-topologize it, get it UV unwrapped and everything like that. But this is pretty much where it's at now. I mean, I do have a little render thing. Oh, that's because that's selected. That's why it's black. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So the front and then the back. I like it. Hopefully you guys like it as well. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.